Hi Willows, happy Friday to you. I'm going to talk you through your daily learning for today. So your first task is all to do with word types. So there's several different types of words and they all do different jobs within a sentence. One type we can have is a noun. So we know that nouns are name words, aren't they? They are words that we give to name things. So you might have, for instance, a common noun like bottle, table, pencil. You can have a proper noun, which is the name given to something, to one particular thing. So, for instance, January, or Saturday, or Mr. Wise, or Christmas. These are proper nouns because there's only one of them. You can also get abstract nouns, so things you can't touch, for example, like love and hate and jealousy. These are the names of things. On top of nouns, we can also have pronouns. So the job of a pronoun is to take the place of a noun in a sentence. I'll show an example. Here we have the sentence, Sarah walked across the room. Now, I can replace the word Sarah with the word she, which is a pronoun, and the sentence still makes sense. So rather than Sarah walked across the room, I can say she walked across the room. The pronoun takes the place of the noun. On top of that, we can have adjectives. So adjectives are words that we use to describe our nouns. They give us more information about them. So if we look here, we can say, for instance, the fat cat and the angry lion. Cat and lion are my nouns, aren't they? And fat and angry are describing what they're like. These are adjectives. Along with adjectives, we can have verbs. So verbs are our doing words. So words like kick, sleep, eat, drink, walking, running. These are describing actions. They're telling us what the actions are. So on top of verbs, we also have adverbs. So if I read you this sentence here, Chris kicked the ball timidly. So the word timidly is describing how Chris kicked the ball. So my adverb is the word that I use to describe my verb. And finally, we can have determiners. So determiners are words that we put before a noun in order to introduce it and to give us more information about that noun. So the table. The word the is a determiner. It's telling me about the table. So the table. I can also have a table, or my table, or every table, or any table. These words that come before the noun are called determiners. So for task A, there's a table for you to fill out. So you just need to find a book that you're reading, or perhaps a book that you enjoy, or maybe a magazine or a recipe. And I want you to come up with some examples using that book, or whatever, of these different kinds of word type. Task B and C, that's going to have a little more of a spelling focus. And for the spelling focus, we're going to be looking at how we can convert nouns and adjectives into verbs. And we can do that by using these three suffixes. So I've got ate, eyes, and if I. I'll give you an example of what we can do. So the word equal is an adjective. Okay, I use the word equal to tell me when things are the same. Now I can turn that into a verb. I can do it by putting this suffix on the end. So the word equal becomes equalize. Okay, I've turned an adjective into a verb. The word equalize is the process of making things equal. It's an action. It'll be your job just to have a little look at how you can turn different nouns and different adjectives into verbs. There's a couple of rules just to be aware of, which I'm going to show you now. Okay, for starters, words that end in Y, we need to change that Y into an I before adding the suffix, before adding the ending to it. So if we look at the word glory, now I can turn the word glory into the word glorify, but I need to get rid of the Y before I can add on ify. Okay, glory becomes glorify. If I have a word that ends in E, I need to remove that before adding the suffix. Okay, so the word active, for example, ends in an E. I need to get rid of that E and turn the word into activate. So these are some examples of how we can use these suffixes to turn nouns and adjectives into verbs. So that's task B for you. Task C is a bit of a kind of mark my work that you can have a go at afterwards if you'd like to. I hope you get on well with that and you enjoy your weekends. Have fun.